Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh, yeah.
And we're live, gentlemen. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hey, we're Celestial Wizard. I'm Nick.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Amethyst.
Tim.
I'm Will.
Hi, Will.
We put him all the way in the back.
You put him on timeout. Okay.
Yeah. He needs to be on his best behavior.
I'm trying.
So for the viewers that don't know your band, do you want to describe your band?
Yeah, I mean, I would say we have a more modern metal sound. A lot of people describe us as power metal, which is pretty close to the mark in terms of the music, although we do have aggressive, like death metal style vocals. So we get described as a lot of different genres, but most of the time it's kind of just like really heavy power metal.
So why did you decide to go in that direction?
Kind of since the beginning. I think it's just been how the mix of all of our different music tastes and inspirations kind of came together. Myself and the original guitarist of the band kind of had more of a melodic, more kind of power metal, old school heavy metal interest and approach to writing. And then our vocalist Amethyst just crushes aggressive, heavy death metal or black metal style vocals. And we make the music that we enjoy playing. And that's just how it shook out.
So I'm going to start you off with my normal hard question here. Not musically. What do you want to leave as your legacy as a person?
That is an insane question to start with. That's a tough one. I mean, I would think, at least for myself, I don't know if I speak for anybody else, but just leaving behind being just the best person I can be, knowing that I've positively impacted people's lives. I think whenever someone passes and you get to say, like, you know, they were the nicest, most genuine, humble people that I've met, like, that's kind of the biggest thing. That's the biggest compliment you can get after you die. It's just knowing that you made people smile and that you were good to people. So I don't know. You got to weigh in on that.
No, that's a rough one. Honestly, along the same lines, I think that really, you know, a successful life and leaving behind a successful legacy is leaving a positive impact on people's lives, you know, so that you're remembered not just by, you know,
how hard you could shred. Yeah,
exactly,
but also that you were a good dude. You know?
Yeah, but the impact you make on people's lives. And I think that that's one thing that we really aim for, is to leave that positive memory with the music, as well as like the live shows, anything we do outside of the band. We really just try to leave that positive message for people, you know.
And the guys in the back.
Yeah, you guys want to weigh in on that?
Like just to inspire people the same way, you know, like it's not about you know, having thousands of fans, but if you can just help one specific person, you know, help them be themselves and just support them. That's kind of what my main goal in life is. It's just inspire and support.
A couple of the fellows are feeling a little under the weather, a little quiet, so it might be just
Okay.
a few of us up front doing most of the interview today.
Oh, no, that's great. I'll give you a fun question, then I'll give you another hard one here. If you could pick your own 2-day festival, first day is female fronted, second day is dead or alive. Who are your top 5?
Interesting. First day female fronted. I mean, I love Arch Enemy. If it could be the lineup that had Angela Gossow in it, that would be great. I think she just crushed. What do you think?
I would go with probably like Battle Beast, Epica, Nightwish, Ancient Bards for sure.
Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah. Visions of Atlantis. There's a lot of really great
Kitty.
ones.
Yeah. Amethyst
I would
says
like to see
Kitty.
Kitty.
Get some new metal in there, and then Dead or Alive. I mean, son of a bitch, it's got to be Motorhead's got to be in there.
I got Motorhead, Dio. Shit, that's hard.
Not
Metallica, but with Cliff.
Metallica with Cliff.
With
not
Cliff.
technically dead, but Teresa's
No, that doesn't count.
dead and alive. They are alive and dead.
Yeah, man. Just trying to think off the
Pantera, the original Pantera lineup
with
for me.
Diamond Vinny.
And you say Dio?
Yeah, I said Dio.
Dio. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Def Leppard with Steve Clark.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be.
No disrespect to Vivian Campbell, but it's a different energy. And then hopefully we'd fit somewhere in there as well.
Yeah.
None of
Yeah.
us are dead yet. We could maybe take the first day.
Yeah. Maybe.
You just have to wear skirts. That's all.
You know what? We'll do it. We'll pretty
No
up.
problem here.
If you could pick one song to describe you as a person, what song would that be?
One of our songs or just any song in general?
Any song.
Man, that's tough. I think, I really love the energy that Home Guard and Beyond by Teresa brings. It's got a very, very hopeful, very ready to take on the world energy. And I think that's kind of where I sit most of the time. It's just I'm ready to rumble. I'm ready to go see what's out there. So what about you?
I would have to go with I Don't Want to Stop by Ozzy.
Damn, that's a good one too.
Just because, all my life I have been over the top. I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't want to stop.
Mhm.
I'm on a path and I'm going to keep going. And, who
Right.
knows what the future holds.
Yeah.
What's the last song off of the Varangian Way?
Mick Overture.
Yeah, the Mick Legard Overture for me, because it's very much about going out there and meeting people and then discovering yourself, and that is something that I'm very adamant on doing. So I would definitely choose Mick Legard Overture by Teresa's.
There you go.
So when did you guys decide you wanted to play music?
I'm sure at all different stages for each one of us. I know myself, in terms of playing music, when I was 4 years old, I took an interest in piano. I played piano for a really long time. But in terms of playing guitar and pushing forward into the heavy metal territory and being in a band, probably between 10 and 13 years old is when I really pushed forward on that. I started playing guitar when I was 10, and then I started playing with people when I was maybe 12 or 13. And then onward from there in different forms.
Yeah, it would have been 12 and 13 for me too. When
Yeah.
my dad took me to Kiss. It was kind of such an overwhelming experience that
Yeah.
I fell in love with all of it. It was like superheroes, horror movies, and music all at the same time,
Everything
and
all
it
at
just
once.
pushed me to the next level.
Yeah, I think my entire life I've just been really passionate about music. There's just whether that comes from classic rock, jazz, heavy metal. Whenever I played music, I just felt at peace. I felt happy. I felt free, and it's just kind of chasing the endorphins, and wanting to not only do that as a hobby, but as my life, and as a career, and just doing what I'm passionate about. And yeah, so I'd say, probably when I was 6 or 7, and I really was I want to play music, and that's the dream I've been chasing. And here we are on tour and
There you go. We're doing
having
it.
fun.
So since you guys are on tour right now, so far, what's your favorite night?
Got to be Oakland.
Yeah.
We the most how would you phrase that? The highest energy in the crowd was probably Oakland. This last date that we just played, we got to play with our good friends in Seizure, which is a wizard themed thrash metal band. And those guys ripped. They really made us step up our game. But the crowd was good. It was like a torrential downpour that night, and everyone was just soaked to the bone. So the people that made it out were just ready to rumble, and they needed something strong. So Yeah, that was a great show. That was a good crowd. We're hoping that energy continues for the next couple of shows. So yeah, I would say Oakland was probably our number one so far on this tour.
What do you feel is your what do you feel what do you feel is your staple song?
Like the one that would kind of define us. Like,
That the fans want you to play every night.
gotcha. I would say our first single off of the new album, the single's called Ice Realm. That one really hits home and it gets everybody jumping. That's a good one, and I think it'd be weird to not have it in the set.
Yeah, it's the most known since it came out first, and it's
Yeah.
also really, really fun.
It's kind of in a strange way became our like flagship song
Yeah.
for this tour, which is cool.
So how do you choose what songs you're going to play that night?
I think first we have to consider set time. It depends on how long we've got. Whether we've got half hour, 45 minutes, an hour. If we have to play a shorter set, we definitely stick to all of the strong stuff, all of the bangers. And then as those set times get longer, we can add in some slower songs, really change up the pace of the set. And then sometimes we'll throw in a fun cover as well. So that's kind of how we decide on how we're going to write the set, is just how much time we have and then how we can make it flow the best in terms of energy and performance.
What is your go-to cover?
Right now on this tour, we've been doing Crazy Train, which is
Okay.
Everybody knows it. It's great for the crowd because they can sing along. Like I said, most people know that song, so they know the words. It's very familiar. In the past, we've done others. We've done Beastie Boys covers. We've covered some Judas Priest. We're trying to lean too heavy on covers, but every now and then we can spice up the set with one, and it's a good time. Most of the time, we pick one that most people know and they can sing along and jump around and go nuts in the pit sometimes. So
I know today's one of your off days, but what do you guys normally do on your off days when you're heading to the next location?
aside from driving, I mean, we try to catch up on sleep.
Yeah.
Kyle has been really diligent about making sure he gets 15, 16 hours of sleep a day.
God, sleep is a soldier.
In the back of the van, we've got a bed, which is nice. People who aren't driving can catch some Z's, kind of catch up on some rest. Other than that, just getting all the stuff done that we noticed we need to get, like, making sure we have hangers for shirts if we're hanging them up in venues. Lighting, we needed to pick up some lighting one of the days. Just running errands that needed to get run in the time that we didn't have previously. Make sure we eat, stay hydrated.
I play Tetris a lot.
Amethyst is playing Tetris a lot. And then of course, if we have the opportunity, definitely shower.
Yeah.
I think as a courtesy to ourselves and everyone else in the van, we try to stay pretty clean because it can get gross on the road.
So what's your go-to road food?
Ooh, that's different for everybody. I mean, Amethyst and I really love Taco Bell.
Yeah, we've been trying not to, but
there's
one right here.
It's just so great. What you like?
Muffins.
Muffins. Yeah.
Healthy.
I mean, it's great.
Healthy here.
Like dry foods, like beef jerky or corn chips, or something that stays pretty well is good to have in the van. Just so we don't have to worry about keeping it refrigerated or things going bad. And it's also good, granola bars, stuff like that. It's good protein. It's really difficult, I think, to eat healthy on the road. You just have to make healthier choices than, just fast food 24/7. But yeah.
Yep.
Do you have any advice for people that are starting out?
I mean, that's tough because I feel like we're just starting out. Persistence. I think one of the biggest things that I've come into understanding is that nothing happens in the time you expect it to, whether it's faster or way longer. But just persistence and consistency. If you really care about what you're doing, you're going to find a way to make it happen, and you just have to keep pushing on. I don't know what else. Maybe
I would say stay humble.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Don't get ahead about you.
Yeah. Don't keep a level head. Talk to people. Make friends. Network. And I'd say number one is probably persistence. You know, things just don't happen overnight. And, you know, a lot of us have been playing for years and years, been in a couple different projects, you know, and it's just not giving up and just knowing the road that you want to be on and doing whatever possible to stay on that road and make your dreams happen.
Yeah. Being flexible. I think
flexible.
there's been a lot of times where, you know, one of us or all of us would have expectations of how something's going to go, and it doesn't go that way. But being able to recalibrate and approach the situation with a fresh set of eyes and make the most out of anything is important. Because if you're super stiff and inflexible, you're going to get really upset and frustrated, angry and disappointed at opportunities that may still be good, but not exactly what you're hoping for. So all of those things all in one is kind of the advice, I suppose.
Well, since I have all of you guys in one place, Freaky Friday scenario, which member do you not want to be for 24 hours?
That's a great question.
I would not want to be William specifically.
Yeah.
Because I have this, as a bass player, I have a disdain for anyone that can play more than 4 strings.
I mean, Will is the busiest fella out of all. He's a guitar teacher. He plays in a few bands. Like, in terms of just keeping up with life, it'd be hard to swap places with Will. I think, man, I don't know. I couldn't swap places with you. You sleep so much, I'd lose my mind. I don't know. I feel like all of us are really happy with who we are as individuals. I don't think I am jealous of any one member of the band. I wouldn't want to switch places with anyone else because I like being me the most.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I hate math, so I wouldn't switch places.
Yeah,
with
we
you,
couldn't switch
finance
places
boy.
with Tim.
I would
Tim does
cry.
numbers all day. None of us are good at that. So
No.
No? If you had to play your entire set only using ukuleles, or just covering Toxic by Britney Spears, what would you choose?
Man, I mean,
Toxic by Britney Spears on ukuleles.
yeah, there you go. I feel like
Yeah.
we'd be up to the challenge for both. I think we could have a lot of fun with both. I know that was it Trollfest?
Trollfest?
There's a band called Trollfest.
And Children of Bodom.
And they did too?
Yeah.
They both covered Toxic by Britney Spears. So I guess it's not unheard of in the metal world to do a cover like that. Although the real task would be doing it in a way that wasn't just ripping those guys off. So I don't know. Ukuleles could be wild though. That could be wild for sure. I think especially with Amethyst's vocal style, that might be very jarring for the crowd to have some sweet ukulele music and just death metal growls over it.
I mean, it would be very interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
What's your favorite venue to play?
Out of all the ones we played, I really enjoyed. I mean, I love playing the Marquee in Denver.
I would say the Oriental.
The Oriental is also a good one. I think any venue that's got just a reasonable amount of room on the stage. All of us are pretty mobile dudes. We like to move around, switch places, kind of interact with the crowd as much as we can. So any venue that's got a good stage and a good sound system is just awesome. There's always, the one or two that are special to us in our hearts. Like there's a DIY venue in Denver called the Seven Circle. It's kind of where we got our start. It's where we're finishing this tour, actually. I have just a lot of love for that place. I love playing there. It's hard to say any one venue. I would think any one that just has enough of an accommodation to kind of let us be free for our set and do exactly what we want to do is awesome.
What is that one thing that you want to change in the music industry?
I mean, there's so many things I think that affect people negatively. I think right now there's two. what's really relevant right now is venues taking merch cuts from bands. I think that's kind of a toxic practice. That's really, I think, putting a lot of strain and doing some damage to the industry. And, you know, the ever-present kind of streaming rates for, you know, Spotify and other services. I know that they're kind of rolling out some other programs that lower the streaming rate, the payout rate even more, which is difficult. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's expensive to be a musician, and especially if you're trying to support yourself on that craft. So any of those practices that are in the industry that kind of continue to take money out of musicians' pockets, it's just, I would love to change some of that and get more resources in people's courts so that they can make and create without being burdened by whether or not they're going to eat that day or pay rent or whatever else they've got going on.
When it comes down to sound check, which one's the latest? Which one of you is always late?
Amethyst, absolutely.
I'm usually running merch, so I have to run to the opposite side of the venue.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, none of us drag or you know, fall behind in terms of getting things loaded in and ready to go for sound check. I think more so, the rest of us have stuff to set up, and Amethyst is, you know, obviously the vocalist doesn't have any instruments or amps they need to set up, so they end up being at the merch booth, and we have to go round them up for a sound check. So.
Speaking of the merch booth, what is like the weirdest thing that's happened to you?
Weirdest thing at the merch booth.
For me, at our last show, I have this like bucket of earplugs that I had bought at Walmart, and I had accidentally left them on the merch table, and people started asking for them. They were my own personal stack, so I had to like get rid of them. And then people kept coming back to the merch table, like, "Do you have the earplugs?" I was like, "No, I do not."
Maybe you got to think about just keeping earplugs at the merch booth.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That might be another seller.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
I think we definitely, every now and then we get one dude who's definitely too many drinks deep, who just loves just looking at stuff and hanging out with us. And then everyone else who's trying to get in and buy merch is having to contest with that dude for ear space with us and trying to communicate. But I don't know. We haven't really had any insane, crazy experiences yet at the merch booth, but we still got a few more shows on the tour, so we'll see what happens.
If you could collab with anybody, who would it be?
That's tough. I feel like we'd all pick somebody different.
Yeah.
You want to answer that one?
I need a sec to think. You go first.
I mean, I don't know. Like, obviously, the dream is be able to make music with your heroes, right? So, all the dudes, I'd love to do something with like Rob Halford of Judas Priest. That'd be insane. We have other, you know, acquaintances and friends in the industry that just are rippers. Donnie Burbage of Cradle of Filth and Aether Realm. I'd love to have him do a guest solo on one of our songs. That'd be incredible. There's so many just talented dudes out there that I'd love to work with. Some are more accessible than others in terms of like working with them and contacting them. But
definitely, I think honestly, like I would say Ozzy.
Ozzy would be insane. Ozzy
collabing with the Prince of Darkness would be just absolutely just a dream come true.
Just any one of the big heavy metal.
Yeah, like anyone of that caliber.
Yeah.
Like as a bass player, you know, I got to go with like Iron Maiden or Geddy Lee.
Yeah.
You know,
that was Steve Harris.
Steve Harris, Geddy Lee, like being able to work with one of them would absolutely be a dream come true.
Sure.
I would say Melissa Moore of this newer upcoming band called Sonia, because she's a really big inspiration to me, and I really like her vocals, and I'd want to figure out how to work that into a little heavier of a sound.
Yeah, Sonia rips. I've been impressed with Sonia recently.
Yeah.
If you could just pick your own regional acts for one night, who would you take?
Man, just like kind of setting up a bill for one night.
One night only.
Honestly, I think the show that we have scheduled for Seven Circle, the last show of the tour,
Yeah.
a lot of really great heavy hitting local bands on that show. We've got the band Repent coming down from Wyoming for it, Humanity, Siege Perilous, and Skuldvog. So there's a little bit of like just aggressive pure metal. There's some symphonic, some folk, fantasy metal at that show. And personally, I'm really proud of that bill, and I
Yeah.
think it's going to be a really heavy hitting show.
Yeah, I think the only one on that bill that I would add would maybe be Oak Ash and Thorn.
Oak
those
Ash and
guys
Thorn,
are those guys are really good friends of ours, and we always enjoy playing with them.
Yeah.
But if we had to set up just a show that was just showcasing the Colorado bands that we love, that would be it for sure. So we got pretty damn lucky with that
Yeah, we did.
lineup for Denver.
All right, so since we're pretty much near the half-hour mark, I'm gonna let you guys flip it on me. You can ask me anything.
Sure. How long have you been interviewing bands?
May, I believe, will be 5 years.
Right on.
Heck yeah.
What made you want to start getting into kind of interviewing and talking with bands on like Twitch and stuff like that?
I actually had a conversation at a karaoke bar once, and that person was supposed to do it with me. That never worked out, and here I am, like 5 years later.
Right on.
Sweet.
What has there been one band in particular that's really blown you away in an interview? You can remember?
I love all the interviews I do, but today, a year ago, I did Stillwell, and to me that was very awesome.
Heck yeah.
Right on. What do you find that you enjoy listening to in your personal time? What are your top 3 bands? If you had to pick 3 to sit down and listen to, what would you pick?
I'm a huge Korn fan, so Korn, Seven Dust. I'm gonna have to say Pearl Jam.
Sure. Yeah,
Heck yeah.
some of that grunge too.
Heck yeah.
Right on.
That goes into my question though. What's your favorite non-heavy artist to listen to?
Non-heavy. I'm all over the place, so like I'm trying to
Heck
think
yeah.
of like. I'll be honest with you. I have a Spotify playlist for everybody that's been on an episode.
Mhm.
So that's mainly what I listen to. Like I just have that going.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, you could. I mean, it depends on the mood. Like you know how
Yeah.
I mean, one day it could be country, one day it could be rap, one day it could be goth. It could be. I mean, it really depends on. I leave everything on a shuffle.
Yeah.
There you go. That's cool.
What what's the best show that you've been to? Who put on the best show? If you go to a lot of shows, I suppose.
I go I go to about 36 a year, so and that might be lowballing it. My favorite show of all time, I would have to say, was the first Family Values tour.
Oh, that's awesome. That's super cool.
Nice.
I think it was 98 or 99.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first arena show.
Nice.
that's cool.
Badass. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Have you ever is there a band that you've interviewed that you've seen live that has exceeded your expectations or been below your expectations? I guess that'd be outing people, huh? Let's say
I mean that would be outing people, but I honestly I haven't seen everybody that I've interviewed yet, and that's a goal for this year, next year, whenever I can travel through. And so, I mean, the only band I've seen. No, wait a minute. I've seen Nailbite live. I've seen, what do you call it? A Burden to Bear live. Yeah, I haven't seen almost anybody that I've interviewed live yet.
Sure.
That's what the main goal is.
Yeah. Huh? Hopefully you
I'm-
can catch some more.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah. You got any questions?
What was the first show you went to? Very first concert you ever been
Very first show. I'm gonna say Fu Manchu.
to? Nice.
All right.
I don't know if they're a thing anymore. I have no. I mean, we had a club called Birch Hill, so I think it was them and a few others.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's cool.
Right on. That was a good one.
What do you think the best show? Wait, was that already
We
asked?
already did that one.
Crap.
It's tough running,
Yeah.
it's hard for our brains to function on the amount of sleep we've got.
Do you
So.
play any instruments?
Will says, do you play any instruments?
Acoustic, but but I'm shit. Like, I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, Will's a music teacher, so he can help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only know. I think Inner Sandman. I think that's
Sure.
whatever. The beginning of Inner Sandman.
Yeah.
Classic.
That's a good one. That's a class. That's a good one to have under your belt.
What's the first song you learned?
First song, I think the first song I learned was "Hell's Bells" by AC/DC.
Smoke on the Water. for
"Smoke
me.
on the Water" is standard. What about
Are
you?
we talking
that-
just
Yeah, I think that is what do you call it? The standard song that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Smoke on the Water.
It's like that or "Iron Man" by Black Sabbath.
Know that one too.
Are we talking like the first song on the, like my first song on bass or any instrument?
I don't know.
Oh, it
It's like
doesn't.
first song,
Any
period,
instrument is fine.
very first.
The very first complete song I learned was "For Elise" on piano.
Nice,
Yeah. For bass, it was "Question" by the Moody Blues.
nice. Both good.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Probably the ABCs.
The
Will
ABCs.
says the ABCs. Yeah.
The ABCs you learned.
Twinkle, twinkle, little. So you learn how to sing those nursery
Yeah.
rhyme stuff, huh?
That's when a vocalist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I literally think the first time I touched the piano, I learned what do you call it? Itsy Bitsy Spider. I think
Yeah.
that's what they taught me the first time I touched one.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one for sure.
All right, so this is a fun one for you guys. Last Supper scenario. Who's your 12? One has to be female,
Damn.
and we're leaving family out of it. It's musicians, cartoons, fictional people, anime, whatever you want to.
That's crazy. I mean, going in the music realm, I'd put Doro at the table. I'd love to sit down with Doro. Man, I Scotty in from Anthrax.
We say Devin Townsend.
Devin Townsend.
Yeah.
The Hex Girls.
Amethyst says the Hex Girls. So that
You
counts
from
for
TV
3.
shows, so that counts.
Okay.
I would definitely go with like Steve Harris, Victor Wooten, Geddy Lee. Be my
2
three.
more.
2 more.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up with 2 more.
2 more. Ozzy and Floor Jansen would be mine.
There you go.
Cool.
Quite a mix.
Yeah.
Mostly musicians.
Mostly musicians.
The guys in the back, anybody?
Uh,
I didn't hear.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Paganini.
Will says, what was it?
Paganini.
Paganini. What is that? Like a composer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Classical music.
Okay. What would you guys be serving though?
Oh man, I don't know.
Taco Bell.
Riffs.
Taco Bell. Yeah. Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Variety of gross ass fast food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The musician's budget.
Yeah.
I serve
Definitely.
beluga caviar. as well.
Beluga caviar. Oh yeah. Just
Taco
and
Bell
something
and
really
beluga
fancy.
caviar.
Woo.
Throw in some pork chops.
Yeah.
I love me some pork chops.
And pork chops. Yeah.
And pork chops.
And pork chops.
So, do you have any messages? Do you have any messages you would like to say to your fans?
I mean, we always do. I feel like we try to convey a lot of that in our music, but mostly just be true to yourself. I think there's a lot of there's so much going on out in the world, and there's a lot of self-doubt and a lot of just, with social media and, just the constant influx of just, strangeness and negativity that there is. Just find who you are and really stick to that. I mean, other than that, just be a good person to other people. Bathe regularly.
If that's your volition.
Stay in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just the standard, the morals you get in cartoons and stuff. Just be a good person. Be true to yourself. Eat healthy. That's bigger than you think. Especially, we're learning that on the road right now. The more garbage you eat, the worse you feel. So there you go.
That, and I would just say, thank you for the support.
Yeah.
Without
That's true. Yeah.
without our fans, we really wouldn't be able to do what we do.
Yeah. Thank you for
And,
listening to our music.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
we make that music for you guys as much as we make it for us. So, the fact that people, have messaged us and talked to us at shows about, how much they love the music or how much it's, positively impacted them. That's the biggest compliment any musician can receive. It's just other people resonating with the stuff that you create. So
Definitely.
anyone who's bought a record, came to a show,
Just talk to us.
just talk to us
Yeah.
from the bottom of our heart. Thank you.
Hell, anybody that takes the time out of their day to stream
Yeah.
songs,
Yeah, absolutely.
every little bit helps, and
Yeah.
we could not be more grateful for all the support that we've been given.
Absolutely.
Okay, so a comment came in.
Right
I
on.
have several. Do they sell healthy food at Taco Bell?
Yeah, strangely, so Taco Bell has the Cantina menu, which is like not super bad in terms of like food quality. I think if I had to choose between McDonald's or Taco Bell and I had to eat some of that, probably Taco Bell. They have healthier options. Whether or not those are the options we choose to eat is a different story.
And we got another one.
Nice. That's my mom.
That's Mama Dukes. Hi, Mom.
Glad she's tuning in. She's tuning in from Colorado. She's a sweetheart. She's supported myself and the band since the beginning, and we definitely owe a lot thanks to her.
Yeah.
So
She's rock hard.
owe a
She's
lot
cool.
to her. Thank you to her.
Yes.
She's incredible.
She chimes in. She bets that you guys know the menu by heart.
Oh yeah, yeah. One of us is gonna have it tattooed all down our arm. At some point.
Somewhere.
Somebody's actually did that. Actually, I've seen it.
I admire that dedication.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, speaking of tattoos, if you had to give one of your members a tattoo, what would it be of?
I would give William a bass clef, just because he gives me
Nice.
so much shit for being a bass player. So I would brand him with a bass clef.
I would just turn it into a frowny face.
He said he'd turn it into a frowny face.
Sorry, Nick's mom, but I would get Ride the Lightning as a tramp stamp for Nick. Because he loves Metallica.
Oh man.
Just how it's spelled out, or different font?
Oh, it'd be like have lightning bolts on the side and then the chair in the center, you know?
Oh, okay.
Got it all worked out.
Oh, yeah, I got it all locked in.
I don't know. I'm gonna
Tim
tattoo
doesn't
my
believe in
face
tattoos.
on Kyle's ass.
That spot's already taken, my friend.
Do like one of those like Steve-O style back pieces.
I think I would get the shield, like the CW, left cheek, right cheek.
All right, there you
It's
go.
right there.
It's right in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah. Obviously,
If you
we
could-
have plans. So
Yeah. I'm surprised when he's not looking up the nearest tattoo spot.
Right? With all the time off we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would Amethyst get as a tattoo?
Oh,
Oh, she must have missed that.
the Taco Bell
Oh.
tattoo.
A tramp stamp
Yeah,
or the
a
Taco
tramp
Bell
stamp.
tattoo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. a little goblin dude
And a little goblin dude.
Yeah. holding up one of my nipples.
Nice. like the Atlas
Yeah.
holding up the globe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That'd be great.
Out of all the songs that you guys have written, what is your favorite lyrics so far?
Ooh.
Lyrics
wanna
for
chime
Power
in?
Throne.
Yeah, I would say the song we just dropped a music video for,
Yeah.
Power Throne, because the story behind that is essentially. Can I divulge?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Well, so correct me if I'm wrong, but Amethyst was going through a really tough time and was looking at potentially leaving the band, and Nick kind of was like, hold the front door, that's not happening. And that song is basically, our message of like, times get hard, but we are all together, we're gonna power through. Like, stay strong, have hope, my friends. It's the whole song is just a very positive message song.
Yeah.
And I know, like, when I've gone through some rough times here in the past few months, throwing that song on just really,
It's very cathartic.
it is very cathartic.
Yeah, that one means just the lyrics across the whole song, I think, mean a lot to all of us. And I think that's the nice thing about music, I think, is you can, if it's done right, if it's done well, like, you can infer what you need out of a song. Like, it may not be exactly what the person who wrote it intended those lyrics to be, but what it means to you is the most important. So, but for the ones that we have written, I think those lyrics really resonate with a lot of us. Yeah.
I'm not sure how old you guys are, but if you could pick 3 things out of the 90s to bring back, what would they be?
Man.
Jinkos.
Jinkos.
No, I'm kidding. Absolutely not.
Pogs.
Oh, Pogs, deep in the vault for that one.
Man, I don't know. Surge.
Surge.
The soda.
Well, Surge is back.
Surge is back.
Oh,
Yeah, it's at Burger King.
And no one
Yeah,
told me. I don't know, Tim, you want to weigh in on that one? You'd have the most expertise in that field.
Yeah. I'd say like some of the old cartoons back on like ABC, stuff like I think a lot of those TV shows like Boy Meets World, things like that. And maybe, just for fun, bring back frosted tips as a very common hairstyle.
Frosted tips,
Yeah.
puka shell necklaces.
Good boy bands.
The super
Yeah.
cool non-binary Taco Bell designs that they had
Yeah.
on the inside. That was
The
rad.
Taco Bell Chihuahua.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Let's get-
Chihuahua
let's get
solo
him back.
jack. Yeah.
Rest in peace to him. But
That's- yeah.
Yeah.
I know that was more than 3, but there you go.
Yeah.
no, that's fine. If you could pick 3 items to scare a cashier, what would they be?
Duct tape, zip ties, baseball bat.
That's a good one. X-Lax, tuna fish,
An amethyst.
and put amethyst on the. Yeah.
Condoms, mayonnaise, and
A banana.
no, and like pliers. Yeah, I couldn't think of the last one. Now that's more terrifying.
Yeah.
The
I don't know
pliers
if they'd
made
be
it worse.
terrified or confused.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Either way, the fear. and
Couple
confusion.
different avenues on that one.
Yeah.
A little too quick. We've been thinking about it all tour. So We've had a lot of downtime, unfortunately.
All right, I'm going to open up this question. Mom, do you have any question for the boys? Since Mom's here.
Since Mom's here,
Hi, Jane.
she's checking in on us.
Do you have any question for the boys?
We're making sure
Probably
Nick is
typing it
showering. Don't worry.
Yeah. Brushing my teeth, getting some square meals in.
Since you guys are
I gotta play it up for the camera. Yeah.
if you guys weren't playing music, what would you be doing?
I went to college for illustration. I'd probably be, I don't know how non-music that would be, but I'd probably be doing like artwork for bands, maybe.
Okay.
Merch designs, stuff like that. I'd still try to attach myself to metal or the music industry in some spot, but if I couldn't play music, I'd be doing illustration for sure.
I'd probably be doing like video game streaming, any platform I could be inspiring somebody. That's like my life force. So maybe something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've honestly I've never imagined my life without music and without it being the frontmost part of my life.
Yeah.
I don't probably just hopping on trains across the country, living as a hobo, to be honest.
What did Ozzy say in that one interview? He thought he was going to be a plumber. So
What
you never
about-
know. I guess you never know where life's going to take you. I think at this point for all of us, pretty much the only thing on the table is playing music. It's like Kyle said, it's kind of hard to, when you're looking ahead to the future, see any other future, but playing music for us. So, except for Tim, he wants to be a math teacher.
Yeah.
Tim's going to be a math teacher.
Yeah.
Mama Duke's throwing some shade.
Nice.
Savage.
Maybe.
Oh,
It's a
God. No.
Metalocalypse reference.
It has to come in.
Emotional, damn it!
So, what was your first record or CD you ever bought yourself?
First one I ever bought.
Not gifted.
I think I saved up some lawn mowing money and I bought the soundtrack to Surf's Up when I was like 9 or however old I was when that movie came out. But I thought that soundtrack was great. I went to a Barnes and Noble and I bought the soundtrack to Surf's Up. I think I could be totally wrong about it. It was a while ago, but I'm pretty sure that was the first CD I ever spent money on.
Mine was British Steel. Or, yeah,
That's a much cooler
British
answer.
Steel.
That's a much cooler
Judas
answer.
Priest. I was got my first paycheck and I was like, I need to buy some freaking music, and went to I think it was either Best Buy or Barnes and Nobles.
Nice.
And yeah, just saw that album. It's like, I like that album. That's mine.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Slipknot's self-titled album for me.
Okay, good choice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, speaking about Judas Priest, did you know that they have a Christmas album?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, Robert has a Christmas album.
That's awesome.
I love it when bands do that. Like when
Yeah.
Twisted Sister did their Christmas album. Majestica's done a Christmas album.
I think Holy Grail did. I think it was maybe just an EP, but they did some Christmas stuff too.
Mhm.
Yeah, and just
They covered No Presents for Christmas when we opened for them.
Yeah.
By King Diamond.
Yeah, they sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
no, I love
I
it.
mean, if you're gonna play music during the holidays, at least make it count, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of holidays, what's that one gift that you always wanted that you never got? Sorry, Mom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sorry,
you're
mom's
Mom.
up there.
listening.
I don't know. You got an answer for that?
The original Millennium Falcon Lego set.
Yeah, it was tight. That was pretty cool.
I always wanted the Ace Frehley's like 3 pickup Sunburst Les Paul, and instead I got this Talent, like the cheapest version of a Gibson you could get,
Yeah,
knockoff, and I was really, really disappointed. That's when I started to think maybe
guitar wasn't for you.
no, maybe it isn't Santa doing all this. Maybe
Yeah.
it's my lower middle class family that has to buy these things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like
Mom's watching.
yeah, I don't know. Pressure's on, huh?
Or this could clue her in for this Christmas.
Right, exactly. I've got a laundry list of guitars that I've got my eye on. No, I don't know. I think definitely as I've become an adult, I am more and more. I find a lot more joy in receiving socks for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
I think
Oh,
as a
yeah.
kid, I was definitely bummed, but now as an adult, I'm like, hell yeah, I could use some
It's
socks.
the last thing I think about as an
Absolutely.
adult to buy.
So, I know it's kind of different than the answer, than the question, but you know, now I love socks. As a kid, if I opened up socks, I'd be like, damn, get your list going. I'm gonna get it out all right here on the interview.
You're just on the interview.
It's gonna be $10,000 worth of guitars, $100,000 worth of guitars.
If we have enough people seeing this, maybe people will send you socks in your PO
Yeah.
box.
There you go. Yeah.
I wear a size 4003 Rickenbacker.
Boy, socks are a precious commodity, especially on tour. If you got gross socks, man, you're in bad shape.
So now everybody's going to start sending you socks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be
please.
so great.
I'll be spamming them.
We'll do unboxing videos of them too.
We joke. I'd be so stoked though.
Yeah.
I'd be so stoked. I love a fresh pair of socks. There's nothing like it.
What is the weirdest thing you were gifted?
Weirdest thing I've ever been gifted. Man, I really have to think for a second.
I don't think that's appropriate.
Yeah, we got my mom's watching. No, I'm kidding. I once got for Secret Santa at the place where I work, I got 50 packets of 50 like individual packets of mayonnaise wrapped up in some wrapping paper. That's probably the weirdest thing I've ever gotten.
It's a weird one.
Oh, and wrapped in with that was a bunch of little heart-shaped stickers that said mayonnaise on them. So,
That's pretty
one
awesome.
of the best,
though.
one of the best gifts I've ever gotten. Definitely memorable, but definitely one of the weirdest as well. So
My answer is not appropriate.
Yeah.
So we're
Tough.
gonna carry on.
we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Kyle's got some,
Okay.
Kyle's got some whack stuff to say.
I've got some whack stuff. I don't want to say it.
All right, guys. I know you guys are on the road, and you're going to probably want to grab Taco Bell anytime soon now. So
We're in front of a Taco Bell right now,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I've been eyeing it all day.
all right. So would you like to make any announcements on where you're going to be next and your socials and all that lovely jazz?
Definitely. So the last few dates on the show, it's going to be Kelso
At Erebus,
at Erebus, and then we're playing in Bremerton
the
at
Charleston.
the Charleston, and then we're back down in Denver at the Seventh Circle, kind of home base for us.
Hyperspace.
And then in April, we're going to be playing Hyperspace up in Canada. We're really stoked. That's our first time out of the country. Socials, definitely follow us on Instagram, celestialwizard_CO. Facebook, just
YouTube.
Celestial Wizard. YouTube. You'll find most of our stuff on Scarlet Records YouTube, though we have a YouTube ourselves. And if you are savvy enough, you'll also find our personal social medias tied into those as well. But following those socials is going to keep you up to date on everything that we're doing, any new music that's coming out, all that good stuff.
So what's the date on the next show?
Date on the next show is the 25th.
Yeah, this
So
Saturday.
we got a couple.
For this
days.
Saturday.
This Saturday at Erebus in Kelso.
Do you have a set time or not yet?
I think doors are at 8. We're still waiting to hear in terms of set times.
Okay. So doors are at 8.
Doors are at 8.
Are tickets still available at the door?
Tickets are available at the door. I think it's $10 at the door. We'll also share coming up here the event page for that as well, with all the rest of the information.
All right, gentlemen. I want to thank you again for taking your time out on tour to come and join us.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us. It was an honor.
Thank you.
Just sending just a reminder, if you're not subscribed, do so. This is on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. It is Concert Rob, and I will see you guys in the next one.